Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I will be supporting this motion. Maybe I have a lot of credit for stepping forward. I think it's about 150 years overdue with respect to going at the time we producing a lot of that green energy here in Niagara. Niagara has, and I'm going to read some notes here. I had the privilege to actually meet with the LDC panel last week, and we talked about a lot of these issues, especially those relative to be more efficient with their energy generation. And Mr. Chairman, Niagara has realized significant new investment in its long-established hydroelectric generating operations. I think we all recognize that, especially in the city of Niagara Falls, as they're leading the way on Ontario Power Generation's $1.6 billion Niagara Tunnel project. As an example, this construction, 10 kilometers of new tunnel, has created new jobs. It has created new opportunities. And of course, being done by 2015 will give us a lot more capacity with respect to the surrounding generating station. Mr. Chairman, yes, currently we do generate 2,338 megawatts or kilowatts of power, clean and green power, I might add. Currently Niagara is officially designated Gateway Economic Center, currently an economic gateway zone. And what that does, members of council, is ensures that our growth is going to be solidified and highlighted by the strengths that we possess. Mr. Chairman, one of the things that we talked about with Queen's Park was much of Niagara's heavy industry in the past historically came here, the area, because of less expensive power, reliable power over at that. And with that, the industrial infrastructure was further enhanced with our transportation infrastructure, such as the Long Canal, our rail, our road, to serve this very industry. Supply chain was created to serve Niagara's heavy industry, it still exists today, as well as that very infrastructure that exists today. So we can see the economic side of this recommendation. It's not just about putting a sign at every corner of the region. There's an economy attached to it, as was mentioned earlier. Mr. Chairman, what's equally as important is that it also sends a message to not only industry, but it also sends a message to all levels of government to ensure we try to regain what we had at one time, and that was an economic advantage, because we were close to the proximity of the generation of that power, and therefore that should be shared with our economy here in Niagara because of our proximity. And I think this does that. I think this does that. Niagara's natural strategic advantage, Mr. Chairman, is proximity to power source, means lower capital costs to reach Niagara industry, lower maintenance, less line loss because of shorter distances. Therefore, we must, and you and I have talked about this before, we must go to the provincial level of government. This can help us do that, to enable us to offer more affordable power to Niagara industry, re-stimulating, Mr. Chairman, re-stimulating Niagara's industrial economy, enabling Niagara's economy to take full advantage of this existing transportation infrastructure, hydro infrastructure, and other as they once did. To some extent, Mr. Chairman, we're actually subsidizing other parts of the province because that doesn't exist anymore. Mr. Chairman, even the government report, February 15, 2012, recommendation 12 and 17. Make wholesale electricity prices inclusive of transmission costs, such as capacity limitations and congestion, as part of a comprehensive restructuring of the wholesale electricity market. Number 2, consumers located near generation stations should be able to benefit from our lower electricity prices. Sending more efficient price signals to the marketplace should encourage more optimal levels of investment in electricity infrastructure, generation, transmission, and distribution. Once again, this is not about politics. This is not about the Liberals versus the Tories versus the NDP. This is about economics. And finally, Mr. Chairman, currently we are pursuing additional green energy manufacturing opportunities all around the region. Port Weller Drive, jobs. Goro, jobs. Port Colborne, jobs. Diversifying the manufacturing sector to enable more jobs for Niagara. This promotes that. Mr. Chairman, action speaks louder than words, but not nearly as often. And once again, this is not about politics, this is about economics. So therefore, Councillor Diodati, well done. I'll be supporting you 100% on this recommendation.
Thank you.